if you just broke up with your girl, if you just went through a bad breakup, whether she ended it, whether you ended it, I completely understand how you guys feel. So in the past, I haven't been in too many relationships for the most part of my life, but I have felt heartbreak before. But recently, about a week ago, I actually ended things with my fiance, not just a girlfriend, a fiance. I ended up ending things, and I talk about that in my previous video, but essentially we were incompatible, and I'm pretty sure it was better for the both of us if we basically stopped being together, just due to the fact that I think it would have gotten a lot worse. I think it would have gotten a lot more toxic and blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about in this video, but what I'm trying to get at is how it feels afterwards, how it feels. So the other night I spoke with her for, let's see if it's the last time, right? Because you never know. I spoke with her last night and we had a respectful conversation, and we've already been broken up or, finished for about a week now. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of arguing back and forth, a lot of pain and suffering, honestly, on both sides. And that's going to be what you're going to feel in that first week. And this is for the people that care about someone. So if you care about someone and you like them, but you're just not compatible and you end up breaking up with them or they break up with you, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to feel like you're dying. It's going to feel like your fucking soul is being ripped out of you. It's going to feel like that there's this dark energy following you around. And I shit you not, I felt this. I've literally felt this for the past 5 days. Like a fucking dark cloud that has been hovering over me. Straight up, like a dark energy that's been hovering around me of just negativity, sadness, and all sorts of other painful emotions that I can't even describe. But guys, energy's real. Energy's real. It has affected my workouts. It has affected how I've interacted with people. It will interact your confidence, like everything, guys. Like your social interactions, you're just gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel like this weight on you, right? Which is why I'm doing right now. I'm exercising. I'm doing everything I can to basically get out of that mindset, to get into a positive state of mind. And that's, honestly, I can tell you right now, I'm not out of this yet, but I do know that that is the goal of getting through this, is getting back into a positive routine, getting back into a positive state of mind, trying to not forget about the person, because I think it's not that I want to forget about my ex, or any ex for that matter, because of course they play a role in your development as a person, but just being able to get your mind off of the breakup, off of the negativity, off of all the bullshit going on in your life. Because the faster, I can tell you right now, I've been in this for like 5 days, and I think tonight or today was like kind of the point where I was basically like, okay, like I'm fucking tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of feeling, depressed, sad, lonely, because these are honestly emotions, me being like a self-improvement guy, that I'm just not used to. I'm not used to being sad. I'm not used to being depressed. I'm not used to feeling down like this. Usually everything in life is good for the most part. Life is hard, but when you have a girl and you're comfortable, I think that's what it is. I mean, it's being comfortable. You're leaving your comfort zone. You got so used to being with this person, and like I said, I ended things with her for a reason. I did end them for a reason. I wrote down a list of things of why I ended it, because what happened with us and what had caused this breakup to happen was just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. So it wasn't just like one isolated event or one single thing that basically led me to that decision. Of course, like most things in life, it's a series of things, you know, a series of, you know, small things that build up into basically you just not having it anymore, right? And just getting past that, right? Getting past that negativity, getting past all that energy being sucked out of you, taking your energy back. That is the goal, right? Getting back into a good routine, getting back into a good state of mind, getting into a good vibrational state. And drugs is not going to help you with this. Alcohol is not going to help you with this. I can tell you right now, if you're going through this, you know, not that I've done this, you know, use drugs or alcohol, but I can tell you now that I've seen people go through this, and I've seen them go to drugs and alcohol, substances, and to cope, and all it's going to do is just lead you like farther down in the hole, right? Because you're already in a dark place. You're already mentally, physically, and spiritually kind of in a dark place. And adding substances and a bunch of other crap into the mix is just, it's going to make it worse in the end. So, yeah, guys, I can think of a few times in my life where I felt this bad, this heartbroken, and I could definitely say that this is one of those times. This is one of those points where, you know, you feel like you just kind of fucked up, or you're having second thoughts. And that's another thing, the second thoughts, the what ifs. Oh, dude, those have been fucking with me for days now. The what ifs, you know, what if I didn't break up with her? What if I just gave her another chance? You know? What if we did things a little bit different? What if we set this boundary? You know? And what ifs suck because it's kind of like it puts you back in the past, and it almost kind of makes you second doubt yourself when you think of what ifs, because it's kind of like, it almost makes you think like, okay, you know, if I can prove that this what if scenario is like, would fix everything, it like possibly invites you into trying to restart the relationship, trying to go back to that person. And I've already told myself in my head, like, I'm not gonna, you know, I've broken up with my girl, my ex, you know, the one I'm referring to, twice in the past, only for a couple days at a time before, you know, and that's the thing, guys. I broke up with her twice in the past, and I went back to her like a day or 2 days later, and I said, you know, I don't want to actually break up with you. I was just mad. I was just upset. You know, I want you in my life, whatever, right? And yeah, dude, you know, and here we are on time number 3, you know, third breakup, and the same thing is happening. The same thoughts are going through my head as those other 2 times. Like, I want to text her. I want to talk to her. I want to call her back. I want to say I'm sorry. I want to say, you know, this is your girl, guys. You know, this is your girl that you care about, right? You know, even if it wasn't perfect, you know, it's kind of like you still think of her in your head as like, you know, if you still care about this person, like they didn't cheat on you or nothing, or they didn't fuck you over, you know, it just didn't work out. Sometimes you have feelings of like, damn, you know, I just abandoned my girl, you know. She was counting on me. She trusted me. She was expecting me to be there for her, to support her, and I fucking abandoned you, or I left you. You know, it's you think about those times where you're laying down in the bed and you tell her, like, I'm never going to leave you, baby. Like, forever. We're going to be together. That shit right there, thinking about that fucks with you. Yo. That kind of stuff, thinking about those memories, thinking about those intimate moments, that shit fucks with your head. I'll tell you what. I'll be completely honest, that stuff does mess with your head really bad. So, my mission right now is to get it out of my system day by day. The days have stretched on super fucking long. You know, they haven't been easy. They haven't, you know, it's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to fucking go outside. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to fucking message anyone. You don't want to leave the fucking house. And I would compare it. This feeling is equivalent of like, it feels like there's a fucking like weight on you. Like I said, like there's a dark cloud following you around. And there's like a weight, like you feel like heavy. You know, you try to move your limbs, it's like, it's hard to do anything, you know, like it's hard to talk, it's hard to just be, to smile, to laugh. It's everything just fucking has this like nasty ass like dark filter over it, is what I would say. Like you're gonna feel like life just sucks, okay? You're gonna feel like life sucks. You're gonna feel like you fucked up. You're gonna want her back. I'm telling you right now, if you care about this person and you broke up with them, whether they dumped you, whether you dumped them, whether you left them for a good reason or not, you're gonna miss them. You're gonna miss them. You're gonna miss the way they made you feel. You know, in the good moments, you're gonna miss their touch, miss their, you know, their warmth, the messages, the phone calls. You're gonna miss that. And you're gonna feel like you kind of took it for granted when you're with them. That's another thing I felt like. I laid down last night and I had this like final phone call with my ex where we ended things on a good note, respectfully. Like, you know, we talked respectfully to each other. And that phone call was really difficult for me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Like, I fucking cried a little bit on the phone when I was saying goodbye to her. Because I just fucking know, like, there's a chance this is the last time you're even gonna talk to this person. And I'll admit that, yeah, I cried a little bit when I was saying goodbye to her. I cried when we broke up. Every girl I've been with, every girl I've loved, when things ended, I cried. You know, I fucking bawled my eyes out. I felt like this, you know, like this depressing feeling, this dark feeling that I'm referring to. And yeah, guys, you know, I don't see it as a weakness. I don't exactly see it as something that's wrong. And I know we live in a world where it's like, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to show weakness like that. But I do believe that there is some sort of strength in showing some vulnerability. No, I'm not saying cry in front of your girl or something like that, like on purpose or something. I'm just saying that if you do end up crying, just own it, right? You're human. When you cry, you typically can't control it, you know? And that's the way I see it, is like, yeah, you know, when I told her goodbye, it was hard getting those last words out. It was really hard. You know, I told her I loved her. I prayed for her. I literally prayed for her. I've been praying for her, you know. I want her to be happy. That's it. And that's part of the reason why I ended this. Like, I want to be happy. I want to be happy, but I want her to be happy. And after that phone call last night, we talked. I told her my thoughts. She told me her thoughts. You know, we kind of concluded that this was the end of our communications, that we're not going to be texting each other, we're not going to be calling each other, that this is basically goodbye, you know. in a respectful way, not in a toxic way. I laid down in bed last night, and it was like, even the past few days when I, said, we're broken up, we're done, right? We were still kind of texting each other, we're fighting, we're, kind of calling each other, fighting, debating things, right? Like they're still kind of there, you're still talking to them, and there's still kind of like this thing in the back of your mind, like, okay, there's a small possibility that we'll end up like kind of maybe get back together, maybe that this is going to be like one of those last times where, like, let's make it work. Like, I actually, I just got caught up in the moment. I'm sorry, one of those moments where, like, you kind of end things with them and then you get back with them. These kind of people, they break up and they make up, they break up, they make up, they break up, they fight, right? They're get back together over and over and over again. So after that final phone call yesterday night, where, like, I removed her number, I removed everything, I fucking, we said goodbye. I laid down in bed, and I felt her energy was gone. Like, the room felt so lonely. The room felt so, like, quiet and still. It felt, it just felt like there was a void in there, like there was an energy void, right? And I think what that feeling was, like, that was her energy leaving. That was her energy, like, oh, like, it's for real. She's gone. Like, you rejected, you did everything in your power to make sure that y'all did not get back together. You broke up with her, you dumped her. You rejected her apologies. And let me tell you guys, I dumped my fiance. I have my reasons. I have my fucking reasons. She didn't do anything horrible. She was a good woman. She was a loyal woman. But I have my reasons why. And let me just say this. When someone tries to get back with you, and she basically gave me, like, she tried to fix things. She tried to make things right. She sent apologies. She apologized. She was calling me. She was texting me. She, when we broke up, the moment where I left her, she was literally grabbing onto me. She was fighting with every ounce of strength in her body not to let me go. And she even tried to, like, come see me. She tried to come see me. And keep in mind, my ex, she's from another country, right? I would travel back and forth every month to go see her. She was about to buy a plane ticket to come see me, and I fucking rejected it. I told her no. And guys, when I'd say this, I wanted to see her. There was something inside my heart that was saying, that I wanted to see her, right? That I wanted her to come. I wanted her to, like, when she offered that, when she said, oh, I'll come see you, I'll come. And I wanted to say yes so bad. Like, I really did. I really wanted to say yes so bad. And because, that was, like, showing me, that was like, okay, she's showing a lot of effort. She's showing a lot of effort. She's showing that she cares. She's coming to fix things. She's coming to set things right. But I stuck with my decision. I decided I'm done with this flip-flopping bullshit of breaking up, getting back together. Like, in my life, I want to make more decisions that are final decisions. Like, I make that decision and I stick with it. And one of those things is like making a hard decision like this, making a tough decision, letting someone go that you love. That has to be one of the hardest things that you can do in your life. That has to be one that, guys, when I say this, letting someone you love go has to be one of the fucking toughest and shittiest things you'll ever have to do. Especially when you don't want to let them go. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be your wife, your fucking girlfriend. It could be a girl you're talking to. She don't even need to be your fucking girlfriend, guys. You know, we get attached. You know, you can get attached to another human being real fast. And what sucks is that you get attached to other human beings, and sometimes there's something inside of you that you let them go for a reason, you know. And I think we all forget this, and this is something someone super intelligent told me, like a real life coach told me this. Like, you let this person go for a reason. You know, when you try to make one of those decisions, or when you have those thoughts of ending things, when you have those thoughts of getting rid of someone or making them leave your life, and you're having a hard time doing it, you're having a hard time mustering up the courage to do it. It is true. It's like there's a reason behind that. We feel like there's like you're just getting rid of someone that cares about you, you're getting rid of someone that loves you, you're fucking kicking them to the side of the road, you're kicking them to the curb. But in reality, I want you guys to admit, like, there's a reason why you're doing this. There is. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. Shit, there's several reasons. There's fucking probably like 15 or 20. I got a million fucking reasons why, but it does suck. No, it does suck. It is gonna hurt. It's going to feel like you're giving up part of yourself. I heard that as well. Giving up someone you love and care about, especially a partner, especially a girlfriend, wife, whatever, fiance. Getting rid of a girl that you really love to follow your dreams. It really is going to feel like you're giving up a part of yourself because you invested yourself into this person. The experiences you had with this person, you know? The love, the fight, the ups and downs, the fucking difficulties, the deep conversations that you've had with this person. It's not like, you know, that shit doesn't fucking disappear, you know? Like, you're never gonna forget that. You're never gonna forget those experiences. And it's part of you. And giving this person up is kind of like, it almost feels like saying to yourself that none of that shit mattered, you know? Like, damn, all these crazy adventures I had with this girl are just, now when I think about those memories, I feel pain. I feel mental pain. I feel physical pain. My body hurts. My soul hurts. Your heart hurts. It sucks. It really does. It fucking sucks. Feels like your heart's coming out of your chest. And it's gonna hurt so bad that you're really not gonna know what to do with yourself. And if you're not a psychopath, if you're someone that cares about this person, you know, you're going to understand that the other person is going through just as much pain as you are, just as much heartbreak as you are. And it might not even be their fault, you know. It might just be how you feel. You know, you're ending things with them because there's something about you, not about them, right? You know, the whole everyone knows the whole it's not you, it's me fucking speech or whatever. But in reality, you know, people say that just to be nice. People say that just to let them off easy. But in reality, it's both people. It's about both people. It's about compatibility. It's about love. And it's about your future goals, what you want, what that other person wants. You know, do your goals align? Do your souls align? Do your goals align? Right? Are you settling for less? Are you just with this person just because they're good? You know, they check most of the boxes, you know? So, if you have an experience like this, I'd love you guys to share it down below in the comments. You know, I might even make a video about it. But I just had to get this out there. I think it's fair. I just want to share my experiences and maybe save you guys some pain if that's possible. And share some wisdom with y'all. Like I've said before, I'm 25 years old. I don't have the answers to everything. I don't. I'm still growing as a human being. I'm still learning every single day. I definitely feel like I have a lot to share with the world, but I have a lot to learn as well. But part of learning is doing things, and if I can start now and start sharing these kind of experiences with you guys, then that'll better equip me in the future to share even more profound experiences, even deeper insights with you guys. Especially because these videos actually help me a lot get comfortable with talking on camera, and they help my speech with, you know, I've watched some of my older videos and I can tell I'll like ramble I still ramble, but I was doing it a lot worse, like stiff on the camera, you know, not, you know, speaking unnaturally, but sharing these kind of experiences, these deep experiences with you guys and being vulnerable actually helps a lot. It makes me feel good. You know, someone's watching this and this helps them, makes their life a little bit better, a little bit more positive, then that's good enough for me. All right, guys, I'll let y'all go.